My name's Coyote Grylls, and this is Tree Finder.
Oh hey guys, my name's Coyote Grylls, and you might be wondering, Coyote, why are you here? I thought you died. Well, you see, it was all just a media stunt, and most of it wasn't true. Well, we're back, and I'm gonna take you on an adventure. We were able to contact a few of our former presidents, and today we're with them to talk about how they consider themselves to be historical figures.
Greetings to all citizens of our wonderful nation, America. This is I, George Washington. As you should all know, I was the first president of the United States. Before I served as president, I have sacrificed my life in war to gain our independence. I have fought in the American Revolutionary War, also known as American War of Independence. I fought with the British and we had a poor army. The British won the first battle and we struggled to keep the British contained in Boston, but we had artillery support and they evacuated the city in 1776. Over the course of 5 more years, we won our battles and they won theirs as well. However, the French, our allies, helped us contain the troops in Yorktown, Virginia. This ended the Revolutionary War and helped us gain our independence. After all that chaos, I returned to Mount Vernon in Virginia to continue my life as a farmer. But wait, in 1787, I was asked to go to the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia to draft a new constitution. The people there thought I was the most qualified man to serve for the nation. I did not get offered at first, but everyone wanted me to serve for the country, so I got convinced. The election was held on January 7th, 1789. I won against John Adams, and I became the first president of the United States. But in my days, there was only 11 states in fact, and only 4 million people. I was mindful of my actions because I thought I was a role model for how future presidents move to govern. I tried setting a good example like having integrity, being fair, and etc. I had a good relationship with other countries. I also chose the first Chief Justice for the U.S. Supreme Court, John Jay. I also signed a bill to create the first national bank and made my own presidential cabinet. In 1796, I have already served 2 terms for the nation. I denied to serve for a 3rd term and I returned to go back to Mount Vernon in Virginia. I died 2 years later in 1798 of old age. No, I didn't get assassinated. We were more neutral back then.
Hi, I am Abraham Lincoln and I am the 16th President of the United States. I have contributed to America's success greatly. The people of America respect me so much that they even made a building in my honor, the Lincoln Memorial. Not only did I issue out the Emancipation Proclamation, but I also saved the nation from splitting into 2 parts, the North and the South. I made the decision to fight the Civil War and made sure that the North would win in order to gain America's independence. Some people might say, violence is never the answer. Well, this gave America its freedom. In the year of 1895, I got fatally shot by John Wilkes Booth on a Good Friday. This was a Good Friday for me.
Howdy, I am James A. Garfield. I was the 20th President of the United States. I was elected to office on March 4th, 1881. During my presidency, I've done the majority of things to provide help to America today. I proposed a substantial civil service reform, which was then passed in 1883. I began to reverse the Southern Democratic Conciliation policy. I also reasserted the superiority of the office over the U.S. Senate on the issues of executive appointments. I organized a Pan-American conference with the Latin American states that I planned on attending.
I, William McKinley, was the 25th president. During my time, I did many things to help America. I helped millions of lives with the Dingley Act, a movement that helped provide jobs for millions of Americans. In recognition of all the wonderful things I did, they named a mountain after me, Mount McKinley, located in Alaska, which is the highest peak in North America. Crazy, right? Granted that new president, Barack Obama, Broccoli Obama, whatever his name was, he changed the mountain's name to Mount Denali, because apparently I had nothing to do with Alaska. But in my defense, I was kind of busy with the Spanish-American War. I led America to victory in that one too. No biggie. In 1869, I started pursuing my political career. I managed to win a lot of support and became the U.S. Congressman. I served in the government for about 14 years. Life was great until 1890. You see, at that time, many voters were rejecting Republicans, including myself. So I thought to myself, there's no way I can get past this. But then, I chose to think in a different way. I thought to myself, you can do this, McKinley. Just go out there and give it a shot. So I ran for president in 1896 and won in 1897. Life was amazing at that point. I had an amazing job and
I, John F. Kennedy, was the 35th President of America. As President, I've done many important things. In 1962, I created policies so small, yet so important, that it prevented a nuclear war. In 1962, the Soviets had secretly deployed more than 90 nuclear missiles into Cuba. All I did was make a deal saying that if the US removes our nuclear missiles, then they remove theirs. Simple as that. Bada bing, bada boom. Not only did it prevent a nuclear holocaust, but I also supported the civil rights movement by banning racial discrimination in public buildings. And I also supported NASA's Apollo missions to put a man on the moon. In 1963, my life hit a tragic stop. I was riding down Elm Street in my motorcade with my beloved wife and Governor Carson when BAM! I was fatally shot twice and died later that evening.
Marley on the beat.
Standing on the Lincoln Memorial, straight and tall, and compared to me, you're looking pretty small. I am the man who freed the slaves. I preserved the Union and was very much brave. I prevented the nation from splitting apart, and without my help, I'm never first to the start. War was born 7 years ago, I might say. I'm never starting to grow while your hair was turning gray.
Saw it like I'm not a slave for your little game. I'm sitting over here spitting my face. I'm a 9-time congressman and a military general. Lincoln King of fight and a millennial. I reverted Southern Democratic calculation policy. Enough for all your comedy. You may have been honest, but you're freezing on the vomit.
because you're a general doesn't mean you can fight. Just do us all a favor and get on my side. Running for president in 1896, saving, helping, and getting all the chicks. Lowering the tax, saving Americans, winning the Spanish-American War and saving millions. I'm so famous, eating a mountain after me. And what have you got? A little rubber ducky? In 1962, I prevented a nuclear war. And JG, you learn how to do more. Being a part of the civil rights movement, I gave equal rights a bit of improvement. I helped NASA put a man into space. McKinley, be back in office and pick up the pace. I was the first county president of the United States. And what were you first up?